After the owner died and her son moved in, police were often here. People were sleeping outside the home. And there was even a fire that destroyed a pole barn. The son of the deceased owner, David Sherman, ended up in jail on drugs, but pledged to clean things up.
So you want to get yourself clean, and then you want to get the property clean?
Yeah, that is my intention.
Some news here. Sherman is out of jail. The home is in probate court to sort out who will get ownership, and the sheriff hasn't been called in months. Neighbor Jennifer Stauffer says she's glad she called us for help.
It got some people going, uh-oh, we need to do something now, or maybe we'll be held accountable for something.
So you might think this is where the story ends, but this story continues to reveal twists and turns. For this next part, we need to take you back to our visit to this house back in April.
Stay at the street.
Back on April 29th, we showed up at this home and found these two people moving things in and out. Remember, the son of the deceased owner was in jail at the time, so these people shouldn't have been there. We tried to find out what they were doing.
You're helping clean up the place? Who are you helping clean up?
After this part of the story aired a few weeks later, we got a call from a woman who recognized this man.
100%, it was him.
Elizabeth Anderson says this is her son, Benjamin. It's also the last known footage of him alive.
I'd like to report a dead body.
12 hours after he was seen on our camera in Delaware County, a neighbor found 44-year-old Benjamin Anderson right here, dead in his pickup truck in this alley on the south side of Columbus, 22 miles from where he was seen the night before.
There's a man in here, I'm pretty sure he's passed away.
This is Columbus police body camera footage. Anderson was found not in the driver's seat, but on the passenger side of his truck, and not in a natural position.
I don't know how he got on the floorboard like he is. Like, he's on the floorboard on his knees. His torso and face is up on the middle seat. His face is down in the middle seat.
He was literally stuffed into that small floor space on the floor.
Police on the scene suspected a drug overdose.
Hey, he's got a dope bag right there.
And the coroner later confirmed it, saying he had a mixture of fentanyl, cocaine, and meth in his system. Sheriff's deputies had been called to the Delaware County home the night before on a report of a fight, but the injuries to Benjamin's body were described as injuries from someone providing CPR. None of this sounded right to his mother. Even officers on the scene thought his position in the truck was suspicious. Listen to their comments.
OD.
Yeah, he's in a weird position though.
It's weird for me in that position to feel it.
Even the woman who found Anderson's body was suspicious.
If it's his truck, I'm kind of wondering why he's like that.
Those officers considered calling homicide detectives, but did not. The coroner called it an accidental overdose. Now comes another twist in this case. In a move that is considered uncommon, the Franklin County coroner has changed the manner of death in this case. In the death of Benjamin Anderson, the cause of death is still an overdose, but instead of an accidental overdose, the coroner now calls it undetermined. Can you point to anything specific that led to the changing of the manner of death in the Anderson case?
I don't want to speak to further investigation since it's still an open investigation.
One thing that helped change investigators' minds, hearing from Elizabeth Anderson on her concerns and suspicions about how her son Benjamin was found in his truck.
I was elated that I was able to get them to actually listen to, my story.
So what happens now? The coroner has notified Columbus Police of the change.
It's a simple notification that the manner of death has changed and they can do with that what they please.
Elizabeth says she hopes Columbus Police will investigate further. She wants to know how her son got from this home in Delaware County to this alley on the south side of Columbus, dead in his truck.
There had to have been more than one person involved because they transported him and then left the truck, so they had to leave in a different vehicle. So there was more than one person.
For this mother, the search for answers continues.
But the way he was disposed of is a clear crime. And everybody knew that when they saw him. So at the very minimum, I want the people that did that to pay for what they've done. And I want to be able to look at them and know that it was my son that you treated that way.
Columbus police got back to us and tell us that despite the fact that the manner of death changed in this case, they have no intentions of reopening this investigation. Elizabeth Anderson tells me that's a disappointment, but she says she's hopeful that by us telling her son's story, that will prompt someone who was with Benjamin Anderson in his final hours to come forward and tell police what they know. On your side in downtown Columbus, I'm Tom Bosco, ABC 6 News.